guys, David Blade Banter, working to bring you a different model. This one is from Miguel Nieto. This is a Spain knife. This actually came across where it was like one of those TSA type of like TSA auctions where people just forgot they had the knife. So this is actually a pretty nice one. I haven't heard about the model before or the brand, but it is made in Spain. That's kind of their goal, is to have everything actually made there. So it's a kind of a nice model for it. This is probably about $40. It's an AE58, I think, is the steel, but we'll go through that a little bit later. But it's kind of like a 420 HC from what I can gather. It's going to be about 58 HRC, but it's just a nice looking model for it. Has a good grip to it. So I have a large size hand, a little bit thinner fingers, but this is just a nice model. So since I thought that this one would be a pretty interesting one, I picked up two other ones. So this is going to be, the pull side is going to be on the lower side. So if you're more of the modern knife person, this might be a good choice. If you're really traditional, then it's going to be probably, like I have another one here for like a case teardrop. This is going to be a similar pull to this. So it's going to be a little bit about 1 pound of a pull for this blade. So if you're used to this type of knife, then this one would be pretty much right along that line as far as that pull strength. That's going to be different sizing there too, but that's going to be the difference on it. Checked out these other two. I think this is probably the best one out of the bunch. So if they would have maintained or did the same type of lobes, I think this is a better way to go, because these they're not the best as far as the way they move and operate. So this one's going to be the Campa. This one is kind of like a folding steak knife, so I could use this for a trip or something. Bust it out if the place didn't give you a steak knife, or just as a butter knife for some reason. But this one is a nice looking blade. It's a camping one. Has a nice grip on the backside. So if you have a larger size hand and you just want something real thin to cut with, this might be a good one. But there's no real half stop. It's kind of just a long travel. It has a little bit of resistance here and drops down. And then the back spacer, there is some spacing there. There's some flourishes on it, so it's a lot of stamping for the design, so stamping or probably EDM type of cutting for it. But there's going to be the olive wood handles, so a nice setup for it. They're 1957 is supposedly where they kind of started out, but it still should be made in Spain, but it's not going to be, I think, not the highest quality, but it is something that has some flourishes of style to it. So that's one of them, the Campa. And this one also is an olive wood handle. Just thought I would share the brand with you guys, see what you guys thought about it, if anybody's come across it before, to kind of get your input on it, because I haven't seen it around very much. So this one's also olive wood. So I like olive wood. Normally on like an open L is kind of where I see olive wood. This one still has kind of that different styling on the back side of things. Nice pattern. There's a junior, as you see there. Yeah, so not very crisp overall. It's just kind of, yeah, kind of mushy. So overall, I think if you had to go with this brand, I would recommend the Magnolia. Still has a lot of that billboarding that some people don't like, but I think this is a solid knife to pick up. And then these other ones I'm kind of disappointed in as far as what they do. So we see there the Nieto, and then also the AN58 is that steel. So it is stainless steel, so probably that 420 HC for that type of model. But this is going to be the website. So again, they have a lot of different products for their website, so you can kind of go through the history and then their guarantees as far as what their products are. So catalog, so you have different ones for razor, knife, and then also artisan or artisanal. But so that's going to be more of the artisan, more of the fancier materials, some of the horn, also some of the blade is going to be a little bit different. But you can see all these different styles. So if you go to the catalog for that. So fixed blades, they have pretty good ones there. There's kind of the composition for that AN58, if you want to take a look at that. So that's that composition. So if you find something different, do let me know as far as what you might find, if it's going to be similar to something else. But that is what you have there. Hardness about 58 to 60. Everything looks in-house. Their videos are pretty old. Like this one is probably 9 years old for their website. So not a lot of information there, but they do have just a lot of products. So you go to this craft side, and that's going to be where you're going to find that Magnolia is in the craft series. I think it's the craft series. I don't know. It's one of the series. But if you look for it, you can still find it online. It might be under the razor side. Let's see. Razor. And just a lot of models. Yeah, so Magnolia is right here. So Junior, Magnolia. It doesn't have this other option that I have in front of me. So it looks like just the olive and then this other material. Kind of a white, maybe like a kitchen knife style. White micarta. So I don't know what that is, but that's what it is there. Yeah, so it kind of looks like, yeah, kitchen knife type of material for it, but I think that one's a good one. So this is model that I have here is a different, it might be an older model maybe, because the logo is a lot different. So if you hate this billboarding, then this one actually is quite a bit better. It kind of keeps everything in a good point for it. But I like this one a lot. I like this brand in general. I was a little bit disappointed in the other ones, so I'll probably keep the one I got from the TSA type of auction. The others I will probably move along. So if you're interested in those, I'll probably put those up on the website for the review side for the Orion knives type of thing, and then you can pick it up there if you like those other styles for these other two models to see what you might have there. But these pulls are a little bit lighter again, so probably more modern guys won't have a problem with it. Like the Penguin slip joint, this is probably about 4 pounds of pull. So there's going to be a lot stiffer. So if you're not used to the slip joints, this might be way too hard. Some of even the GCs have a pretty hard pull. This is going to be probably about 1 to almost 2 pounds of pull for that. So as far as opening and closing, so pretty good overall. Let me know what you think about these, and then we'll go from there and keep on looking at other products.